Hi Sagittarius, welcome to February. This month we have a full moon in Leo on the 5th. Mercury goes into Aquarius on the 12th. We have the Sun moving into Pisces on the 19th. A new moon in Pisces on the 20th. And Venus goes into Aries on the 21st. But let's see what the cards say for you before we get into the astrology. We'll get into that later. Okay, what does Sagittarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of February 2023? What does Sag need to know about love and relationships? February 2023. What does Sag need to know? About love and relationships for February 2023. Okay, let's see what we get. The Four of Swords. The Three of Pentacles. The Four of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Fool, the Nine of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, the Seven of Pentacles, and the card at the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. So, you start out the month with a need to rest. I feel like maybe you've been working really hard, or there's been a lot going on, and it's time for you to just take time out. There could even be a situation where you're needing a time out from a partner. And so you're going to be focusing on career. You have the Three of Pentacles here. The Three of Pentacles is a card of career success and recognition. So that, I feel like your career is going great. So that's not an issue. But I feel like there could be some issues in a partnership where you felt like, I need to take time out to think and to evaluate where this relationship is going. The Four of Wands is in your past, so you have a good foundation. I mean, this is a relationship that could lead to a commitment or marriage if you're not already committed. But the relationship is stable between you. One of the issues is the Seven of Swords energy, and this is fading. But the Seven of Swords is it could be a sneaky energy where you may feel like, is someone trying to take away my partner? Or there could be issues between you that you're not willing to face. Or you may feel like, well, is my partner being transparent with me? Are they telling me everything? Are they being honest? Or do they have a hidden agenda? You're kind of being, that could be either you or the other person. You may kind of doubt where someone is coming from. That could be one meaning. But the other meaning could be that maybe you're just not willing to deal with the real issues between you. And that could, if you do, like if instead of sweeping things under the rug and ignoring them, they tend to grow bigger. So it's better to face whatever you're facing. You know, if you're not happy about something, it's better to talk about it. Because I'm seeing that you need to reveal your true feelings. You need to really sit down and talk about whatever is bothering you. And don't keep it inside. Because you have the Wheel of Fortune here. You have some good cards coming up. Wheel of Fortune can mean that things are going to be changing. So if you've been going through a difficult time and you feel isolated or, not sure of the relationship, you're coming into a period with this Fool and the Nine of Cups where you can have a new beginning. You can turn the page. So for those of you who are not in a relationship, there could be a chance to have a new start coming up in the coming month and possibly the coming months. The Nine of Cups energy it's usually a time frame of around a month. It starts out with 9 days, 28 days, 19 days, 28 days. So the culmination would be within a month. As far as the time card goes. With the Fool, there's two different meanings with the Fool. The Fool is putting you in a brand new situation. So if you're not in a relationship or you've just left someone, you could be starting something brand new. Now, if you're in a committed partnership already, the Fool can represent having a new beginning within that same partnership. Like, okay, let's forget the past. Let's forget whatever mistakes we've made in the past. Let's talk it out. Let's create a new plan. Let's create a new way of interacting with each other. And I feel like if you do that, and you can do that, you're going to get your wish. You're going to get an improvement. You're going to see real change, because the Wheel of Fortune can bring change. It's like, so if you're in a difficult situation, the wheel can mean, okay, things are changing for the better. You have the Page of Wands here. This is a message. And it's in your fear fear position. So maybe you're afraid to speak up, or you're afraid of what the message will be if you do speak up. But usually the Page of Wands means good news. But if you're in a negative mindset, you might like, oh, I don't think nothing good ever happens to me. No, you might be afraid to confront things, thinking you're going to hear the worst case scenario. The Queen of Cups is here in your environment. So you could be dealing with a partner that's very emotional, very intuitive, maybe a water sign, because we have fire and water here as far as the energies are going. If you're dealing with a water sign, they're very sensitive, and they may not always talk about their feelings because they have a fear of rejection, they have a fear of being hurt. They don't like confrontation, whereas a Sag, fire signs are more direct. You're not afraid to tell it like it is. You just like being honest and upfront. So you have to be careful and choose your words carefully when you're dealing with someone who's very sensitive. So if your partner is really sensitive, it could be why they're avoiding confrontation, or they're avoiding dealing with the issues because they don't want to fight. Water signs tend to avoid conflict. But I think there are certain things that need to be talked about and revealed. You have the High Priestess here in your wish fulfillment. This is about things happening behind the scenes, but not necessarily negative. It's just that there might be things that you're not aware of. But it also is telling you, if you want to get your wish, this is in your wish fulfillment sector, you need to go within, take time out and meditate and think, and so that you can hear the voice within. Like, take yourself out of the confusion. If you're in a conflict situation, take yourself out of the conflict. Go away for a weekend or take some time out where you can just sit and think and follow that inner guidance. Trust your inner feelings. You have the Seven of Pentacles here, which is a card of planting seeds and wondering, is this going to grow? So you may have started a relationship where you feel like, well, I don't know where this is going. We planted seeds. It seemed to start out okay, but now I'm not sure where it's going. But I can tell you that things are going to be changing in a positive way, because you have the Nine of Cups in the reading and the Fool. So you're on the edge of a brand new cycle coming in, and where you're going to be happy. With the Nine, you're getting your wish. You're feeling like you're waking up in a welcome world, surrounded by love, having fun. The Nine of Cups is more of a sensual card, or like eat, drink, and be merry type card. But I feel like you're coming into a time where everything's going to start to work out, and you're going to be getting away from this Hermit energy. This Four of Swords energy is like someone who's taking time out, hasn't really been socializing a lot, keeping to themselves. Maybe you're nurturing a wound, or you're healing. You might even be having a separation with someone you care about, where you're having a time out to evaluate your feelings and evaluate the relationship. But soon you're going to be changing back into an active life, where you're going to be getting out and being more involved with each other. And there's a potential for a new beginning, a brand new cycle coming in that can bring both of you joy. So let's see what the angel cards have to say for Sag. What does Sag need to know? Balance. Difference is a necessary part of human evolution, and everything in life is comprised of opposites, which together make life whole. If you light a candle in a room already flooded with light, the light of your candle would be indistinguishable from the light which already exists. Because of darkness, we are able to perceive light. Both are necessary. So I guess if you're with someone with, like, they say opposites attract, you need each other. You need to balance each other's energy and accept and kind of integrate that. And I think that you can come to balance in a relationship. Maybe it's just a thing where you relate to things in different ways. You approach life in different ways. And you have to kind of come together and communicate so that you can understand each other better and understand each other's method of communication, method of operation, method of behavior, so that you can, instead of having misunderstandings, you can have some kind of understanding of each other's position. And that can lead to a brand new beginning. So let's see what the astrology has to say. Yep, communication is key this month at the full moon because you have the moon in the 9th house, the sun in the 3rd house with Saturn. So you may have to have the full moon in the 9th, something is being revealed. And this is in your communication sectors and your travel sector also. But I feel it's also the 9th house has to do with long distance travel, higher education, but also your belief system, your faith, what you believe is possible. So maybe something is being revealed at this time that changes the way you think about certain things, changes your belief. Saturn in the 3rd, and the 3rd house sometimes relates to siblings, people that are close to us, or local environment. With Saturn there, you might have to have a difficult conversation. You might have to get serious and not face the difficulties. And that way you can overcome them and communicate about different. Like a lot of times people want to just keep things light and airy. You don't want to bring up unpleasant topics. But then it hurts your relationship because you're not, you have to work through these challenges, and that's what brings you closer. When you avoid the challenge, it separates you. But when you talk about the challenge and you overcome it, even though it brings up difficult feelings, the end result, when you have a resolution, creates deeper intimacy. So I feel like you're going to be having some serious conversations this month. Also, you have Uranus in your 6th house. Uranus in the 6th, your career, your day-to-day life on the job might be a little bit unstable. There might be a lot of surprises in your work environment. Also, the 6th house has to do with health and service. So there might be some changes. Maybe you need to make some changes and free yourself from too many obligations so that you could focus on not only your partner, but also on yourself, your own healing. So I feel like maybe there might need to be some type of healing happening. Maybe you need to also travel. The 9th house full moon, you might benefit from getting out of your comfort zone, going somewhere new and different, maybe even interacting with people that have a different belief system or have a different culture. I think it could expand your awareness and change the way you operate in the world, the way you think about relationships, and the way you communicate. Mercury and Pluto are in your 2nd house. So those are your money houses. Your financial situation is changing on a deep level, and it might even transform your life in some way. You've got Venus and Pluto, Mercury, you're having ideas. Mercury rules ideas and thinking. So you're having new thoughts about how can I bring more money in? Like if you're going to start a business, what can I do to bring in, to increase my income, to have a greater reach? Or maybe you want to reach a global market. So you're thinking of ideas to bring in more money. You've got Venus and Neptune in your 4th house. That's great. Venus is great in the 4th house for finding a beautiful home or fixing up your home, having more harmony in your home life with your family. Neptune is there too, so Neptune could be good if you use the home for meditation, creativity. Take some time out to meditate, to heal, to recharge. Do something creative that feeds your soul. It will help your relationships. It will help to heal any family issues. The only other thing with Neptune, it's been in your 4th house for a while now. Just be careful of any water issues like mold, mildew, water damage. If you have an issue like that, take care of it right away. Mars is going through your 7th, so it's really triggering your relationships. You know, you might be fighting more, or you might be more aggressive, or maybe your partner is even being more aggressive because it's in the 7th house. The 7th house relates to your partner. The 1st house is you. So your partner might be, maybe your partner always went along with everything, and now all of a sudden they're fighting about certain things, certain needs that they have. So you feel like, well, what's going on with them? What got into them? They're fighting with me all the time now. You know, they used to just, we're okay with everything we did. Now all of a sudden, I think they just need more independence. We have Jupiter in the 5th house with Chiron. Now that's the 5th house is the house of romance, children, creative self-expression. Mars is sextile this, so I think if you want to create a better partnership, you need to get out and do some fun things. You need to get out and do things that bring both of you joy. So maybe you've all been focused on work and you haven't really been focused on the partnership, maybe focused on making money, paying your bills, the day-to-day routine, and you need to get out and have some fun, especially if you're not in a partnership and you're wanting to find one. Having Jupiter in the 5th house is really lucky for those who are looking for romance. And if you do connect with someone, this could be some kind of healing connection because you have Chiron there as well. The 5th house is also the house of children. Maybe it's time to bring some children into the world. Maybe you're thinking about children, or if you have children, there are certain healing around those children. Maybe you have to heal your relationship with your children. Or if you have a child, it could have a healing influence on you. I feel like the healing influence can come through either having a child, your relationship with your children, some creative project. So if you need, like, you know, art, or you need some kind of artistic expression to release some emotions, or even a new romance could help bring healing to your life. Because I feel like, especially with Uranus in the 6th, you need to reevaluate how you serve others and all the sacrifices you make for others, including partners. If you're overdoing it, maybe it's time to back off and start taking care of you, honoring your inner child. Venus in the 4th is sextile Uranus in the 6th. So it's possible that you could either find this ideal job where you're working from home and you're doing this creative work that you really love, or there could even be romance somehow connected with your work. People you know from work. Now we have this new moon in Pisces, and that's in your 4th house of home and family. So you have an opportunity, after you see what needs to be discussed and you see what the problems are and you start to have those difficult conversations, you have this new potential for a new beginning in your home sector with your family. Saturn is in the 3rd house conjunct this new moon, so it brings in the 3rd house energy. And Mercury is there, communication, in the house of communication. So, and it's in Aquarius, so that what that means is, Aquarius is not about the individual, Aquarius is about what works for everyone. It's more of a, you know, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one energy. So if you can talk about what's bothering you and work towards a win-win situation where everyone gets something they need, you can have a brand new beginning in your home, with your family, with whoever you share your home with, maybe even a new home if you're looking for a new place to live. And with Venus and Neptune in the 4th house, you could find a beautiful place. You could, you know, really decorate it and make it your sanctuary where you recharge. You could bring greater harmony with this new moon. And it could feel like you could reestablish the romance in a marriage if it's become stale, or a partnership. Or reestablish, if your home has been chaotic, you can create it, redo it, rework it, you know, decorate, so that it's your sanctuary, so it's your spiritual retreat from the stress of the world. This is a good time to start any of those projects right now. Like I said, Mars is in your 7th house, but it's sextile Jupiter in the 5th. So if you're looking for love and partnership, it's on. You have to just take action. Don't be afraid to take action. And with Mars is a passionate sign. It rules sex. It rules anger, aggression, ambition, drive, energy. So things are going to start picking up if you're looking for love. Just be ready. Be ready to have those communication, those conversations, and talk about what you really need. And you can make real changes in a relationship. This new moon is really a great new moon for starting anything that you really care about, like creating a dream, manifesting a dream, making a dream real. Because Neptune, it's ruled by Neptune, which is the planet of dreams, of, our wishes. And it's got Saturn involved, which allows you to create something solid and stable. So like if you're buying a new house and you want to create a home, whatever you're committing to at this time, it's going to be in place for a long time. So really think about what you want. And with Venus and Neptune and Saturn working together, you can get it. So, and the other thing I wanted to say about this new moon is that there are no negative aspects, really. It's mostly trines and mostly sextiles. Now, the thing about the sextile, these are beneficial aspects, but the thing about the sextiles is they bring opportunity, they bring favorable energy and supportive energy, but you have to take action to benefit from them. They're not going to do, if you don't, like, you can't just sit on the couch and expect, abundance to flow in. You have to do something, even if it's small. Just take action toward one of your goals, your dreams, and you'll see that the universe is supporting you. This is a great new moon energy to start something new. Whether it's a new relationship, a new home, a new romance, or a new beginning in an existing relationship, this is the time to put that energy forward, to take action toward that, and you can wind up getting everything you want this month. It could be a really beautiful and romantic month, especially with Venus and Neptune coming together. This Valentine's Day is going to be very romantic. So take advantage of this new moon and start something that you really love, that you care about. Make a dream real this month. So that's my forecast, Sag. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on in your life. If this resonated, it helps the channel. So thank you all for supporting this channel, for liking, sharing, subscribing. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can do a reading based specifically on you and your needs. Because this is general, it may not apply to everyone. So in the meantime, I want to just say thank you for supporting the channel. Have a happy February, happy Valentine's Day if you're celebrating, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.